You can spend hours exploring a virtual world inside a video game, but is it the same as getting lost in a good book or binge watching a TV show? Or is it a problem? A new designation could help distinguish the difference. It's called a gaming disorder, and CTV's Michelle Gerwing joins us now to explain and talk about this. Michelle, can people be diagnosed with this?
Well, Gord, soon they will be. The World Health Organization has included gaming disorder in a new draft of its international classification of diseases. And while some people say this is an important step, others say it may be too soon.
Keystroke after keystroke, click after click, Julian Macareg is pretty much a professional Counter-Strike player.
It's pretty fast-paced, so it always keeps me intrigued. It's always my go-to game.
He streams his gaming on a platform called Twitch every day, talking and giving advice to his subscribers. His gaming time ranges from 20 hours per week to much, much more.
I'll do about probably 80 to 100. It really depends on how much time I have during the whole week.
He says to him, it's not an addiction.
I can stop whenever I want. If I was addicted to it, I wouldn't be going to work today.
But for others like Cam Adair, gaming was a serious problem.
I ended up dropping out of high school not once but twice, never graduated, and while all my friends were off to college, I was actually living in my parents' basement, gaming up to 16 hours a day.
Adair says he was addicted to gaming for nearly a decade. He kicked the habit himself and in the process developed Game Quitters, an online resource for others looking for support to put the controller down for good.
What if you find other activities to be boring? What if gaming is the only thing that you're good at?
Now he says a designation from the World Health Organization will help problem gamers get professional help. This year, the WHO is expected to make gaming disorder a diagnosable health condition. The draft criteria for a diagnosis states the behavior pattern must be serious enough to result in significant impairment in personal, family, social, educational, occupational, or other important areas of functioning and would normally have been evident for at least 12 months. It also points out gaming disorder affects a small proportion of people who engage in gaming. Studies used by treatment programs like Game Quitters say around 10% of gamers have problematic use.
And I actually don't believe that it hurts gamers as a whole. I think it actually helps people know that, there's a very specific criteria that if you meet that criteria, then and you want help, then you deserve to get it. And if you don't meet that criteria, continue to game in peace. It's no problem.
Winnipeg clinical psychologist Michael Ellery says some experts argue this designation is happening too early.
I'm always a bit concerned when we try to over-apply the label of addiction to things, because we don't have a great definition of it to begin with, and then to lump more things into it, we just end up muddying the waters further about what it is we're actually talking about.
But he understands why there's a push for a definition.
Putting a label on something makes it actionable, right? And I think that's the impatience. It's why people want a label for things. But when it comes to a good scientific definition of it, we don't have it yet, and science moves a lot more slowly than people want.
This is an early game that we're working on with the Manitoba.
Daniel Blair is a part of the majority of gamers who play regularly without it becoming a problem. He loves gaming so much, he made a career out of it. His company makes educational games using augmented and virtual reality technology.
It makes more sense to me as a parent to think of the technology less of a, something that we don't bring this into the house, and more of, okay, well, how can we embrace it and how can we make it into a positive experience?
Macareg says he's always had set boundaries when it comes to gaming.
I do have my responsibilities. I gotta go to work. I gotta make money. I gotta feed myself somehow.
And for him, his time online has helped him overcome social anxiety and not create it.
I felt like being in front of the camera and people seeing me for who I am, and me talking to these people, it helped me open up and just get over the fact that, that I'm feeling a little bit different.
And the new classification document from the WHO with gaming disorder included is expected to be published within the next few months.
So Michelle, those parents out there, what can they do then to help kids become responsible gamers?
Well, the WHO says people who game should keep track of the amount of time they spend playing, as well as any changes in behavior or health that could be linked to gaming. Manitoba Education acknowledges that the use of screens is a health issue and suggests parents set no screen zones in the home, and for screens to be kept out of the bedroom, the dinner table, and to be put away a full hour before bed. And the province also recommends no screen time at all for children under the age of 2.
Thanks, Michelle.